Tired of the negativity? Looking for a shot of optimism? Well, I have an inspiring story to make you smile right after this. This episode of Misfits and Crackpots is brought to you by Well-Crafted Story. Is your team struggling to communicate your company's value and convert prospects into clients? Well-Crafted Story specializes in corporate storytelling for businesses around the world. Coach Jimmy Hayes Nelson, yours truly, Dr. Danny Brissell, and our expert team will fly to your location to work directly with your people, teaching them how to craft and deliver your company's story in a way that truly resonates and converts. Whether you're preparing for investor pitches, sales presentations, or client meetings, we'll transform how your entire team communicates your mission, vision, and value proposition. Don't let another quarter pass with missed opportunities. Get your free story blueprint today at freestoryguide.com and discover how the right story can become your company's most powerful business tool. That's guide like a tour guide. Your company's success story starts here. Visit freestoryguide.com now. You're just a well-crafted story away from 7 figures. Before we dive into today's episode, I wanted to take a moment to apologize in advance for any mispronunciations you might hear. Yes, I am human and I make mistakes. Please know that I mean no disrespect. Thank you for understanding. And now, let's explore today's fascinating story. Hello there, my friend, and welcome to Misfits and Crackpots, short, inspiring stories for busy people. I'm Dr. Danny Brissell. This is a podcast for those interested in extraordinary stories about ordinary people and companies. Consider it your dose of positivity and inspiration for the week. Henry Ford said, "You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do." This week's episode, the First Lady of Architecture. The letter arrived in 1898, and it was exactly what she expected. A rejection. The prestigious school in Paris had never admitted a woman to its architecture program. Why would they start now? But she wasn't deterred. She had crossed an ocean for this opportunity, and a piece of paper wouldn't send her back. Instead of returning home, she enrolled as an auditor, attending every lecture, completing every assignment, and proving herself day after day. 2 years later, when the school could no longer ignore her exceptional work, they finally relented. She became the first woman ever admitted to the École des Beaux-Arts architecture program in its 270-year history. But acceptance was just the beginning of the battle. In the drafting studios, male students would sometimes accidentally spill ink on her drawings. Professors questioned whether a woman had the stamina for construction sites. Society whispered that architecture was too demanding, too technical, too masculine for someone of her gender. She heard it all, absorbed it all, and responded with the only language that mattered: exceptional work. After earning her certificate, another first for a woman, she returned to California only to face a new set of barriers. No established firm would hire a female architect, so she did what pioneers do. She opened her own practice. Her big break came through an acquaintance with a powerful newspaper magnate. He had inherited a sprawling ranch from his mother and dreamed of transforming it into a grand estate overlooking the Pacific. Most architects would have seen this as a dream commission. She saw it as a 28-year commitment. The project was unlike anything attempted before, a grand hilltop mansion requiring the construction of roads, water systems, and foundations on unstable terrain. Materials had to be shipped from across the globe. She made the arduous 5-hour journey to the remote site countless times, often staying for weeks, supervising every detail personally. Her client was notoriously indecisive, constantly changing his mind and demanding revisions. She adapted, revised, and persevered. But this undertaking wasn't her only masterpiece. While this grand project consumed decades, she maintained a thriving practice, ultimately designing over 700 buildings. She created elegant homes, innovative YWCAs, churches, schools, hospitals, and libraries. Many of her buildings pioneered earthquake-resistant design, a crucial innovation in California. She never married, never had children, and rarely gave interviews. Her work spoke for her. While male architects sought fame and publicity, she sought perfection and craftsmanship. She worked until she was 85, finally retiring when her eyesight began to fail. The irony? Despite designing one of America's most famous estates and hundreds of other structures, she remained relatively unknown during her lifetime. Architectural magazines of her era rarely featured women. Her famous client took much of the public credit. Yet she never complained nor demanded recognition. The buildings themselves were her legacy. When she died in 1957, her obituary in the local paper was brief, just a few paragraphs for a woman who had literally shaped the California landscape. Indeed, Julia Morgan built her reputation not on what she was going to do, but on 700 reasons why gender should never define genius. Today, historians recognize her as one of the most prolific and important architects of her generation. That magnificent castle on the hill, now a California State Historic Monument named after her patron, William Randolph Hearst, welcomes nearly 1 million visitors annually. See, friend, inspiration is all around us. You just have to look for it. Thanks for listening. Join us next week for another inspiring story about misfits and crackpots. Misfits and Crackpots is a production of Success Media, produced by Terrence Wishner. Sound effects by Alessandro Lucati, courtesy of Pixabay. Thank you for tuning in. If you love today's story, there's so much more to explore in the book Misfits and Crackpots by yours truly, Dr. Danny Brissell. Grab your copy now on Amazon and dive deeper into the extraordinary lives of those who dared to change the world. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the podcast with fellow misfits who love inspiring stories. See you next time.